Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
All right, yes, we are live. It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. And no, it's not a Victory Monday. But as far as I'm concerned, the sky is not falling. We saw some good things yesterday and a lot of bad. And I'm not even blaming the play calling. I hear everybody bitching about the third and long going for screenplays. But those have been the bread and butter all year for this team. They didn't work. The execution was poor. The one play that went to Jamison Williams behind the line, he had no blockers. Those guys hit him as soon as he caught the ball, so it was a negative 2-yard loss. Our execution on third down has been kind of bad all year if you actually look at it, not unlike last year. Offensively, third down last year, we were in the top 10 in the league. This year, we're in the bottom 10. So I don't want to be sitting here and saying everything's hunky-dory and everything's fine. The players have to execute the plays called, but if the plays aren't working, they need to change it. So I will say that. 5 times on third and long to go for a screen pass. That's not very smart. But yes, they've worked in the past. The biggest difference I saw, Minnesota finally had their whole starting offensive line playing together for the first time all season. But yet we still got 5 sacks. And we still managed to get a ton of pressure. And yes, the Jack Campbell call for the roughing the passer was ticky-tacky, but they got one too, so it's a tip for that. The Aiden Hutchinson one was deserved. That leg whip into his legs trying to trip him, you're not supposed to do that. 100%. He was engaged, he was shoved back, he swung his feet into his leg. Oh yeah, we are. But the sky is not falling, people. But there is some breaking news. Jalen Phillips is now an Eagle for a third rounder. Guess what? We didn't have a third rounder to trade. Good for them. A guy that's oft injured has to become rotational as a first round pick they got for a third rounder. I'm okay with it. But if Brad Holmes is an idiot for not trading for this guy, what do we complain about every time he does trade for somebody? Oh, it's another injury prone player. He passed on one. Can't have it both ways. Exactly. That was stupid that he whipped his leg at him. He should have just kept going straight at him because the guy was already creeping to get to the outside of the shoulder pad with his hand. He dove sideways and stuck his leg out. He should have just went straight at him. I agree. It would have been a holding call or at least offsetting penalty.
Low battery. Please charge.
Yeah, looks like we're not using that right now. I was going to use the good music, but we don't have it, guys. I'm feeling like it's a little bit of a clown show in most of the Lions chat. I left all of them but mine. I can't take it. The negativity was just so far gone. We have been abysmal all season on third down. We're still very good at fourth down. Thank God, or we might not even been in this game. And if it wasn't for a blocked field goal in the fourth quarter, we'd have went to overtime. Yeah, the self-inflicted penalties hurt, but there was a few that was unwarranted. Like I said, that Jack Campbell one, what's he supposed to do? As he's this far away from him, he's in his face, lowers his head to hit him in the chest. He throws the ball and hits him almost simultaneously and draws a roughing the passer. Oh, so such bullshit. Hey, he's just an upset podcaster. I get it. Most of them are upset today, Ricky. Mark's a good guy. He'll calm down. We're still a good team. We're still working the phone. Last night after the injury to Mahogany, I heard they reached out to the Titans about because they're so shitty that we might be able to get Zietler back. I'm not saying it will happen, but the call was made. But we made a call to the Dolphins. We didn't get them. We made a call to the Saints. We haven't got Alante Taylor or Cam Jordan yet. So until something happens, it doesn't. That was the quote that Dan told us. And everybody's like, and then Daniel Rossini and Shefty and Rappaport all just before the Lions game. Who did the Lions call over the weekend to try to get? Trey Henderson, the guy you guys all want, who's technically injured. The Bears defense isn't as good as everybody thinks it is. They gave up 42 points to the Bengals with Joe Flacco, who's a better passer than Jake Browning. But we only gave up what, 30? 31? 24? I can't even remember what it was because we beat them. The Browns beat the Packers with 13. The Panthers beat the Packers with 16. Their offense is up and down. Jordan Love looks good, but it's not running consistently. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, hey, I'll admit it. I picked them to win. I think I did. Let me look. Yes, I did. I got the Denver game right due to a last second field goal. I got the Baltimore right because they smoked them. I got us wrong. I got the Patriots right. I got the Bears right. I got the Giants wrong. I got Indy wrong. I got the Chargers right. I got Jacksonville right. I got the Rams right. I got the Bills right. And the Seahawks right. I make mistakes. I'm human. But to go through all that and only be wrong 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm not mad. It is what it is. I wish I could play the beat for you, brother. Pat, welcome in. Yep. Jay, Jaden Daniels might be out for the season. So I want to say something now. Every single running quarterback has been hurt, either missing part of a game or weeks. There's something to be said about a pocket passer that doesn't get hurt. Timothy, what's up, Uncle Tim? was hurting yesterday. They did not play well. They were bringing the heat the whole game, not really on golf. Golf actually didn't have that bad of a game. I think it's just a bump in the road. Yeah, Shefty said this morning. So think about that. CJ Stroud is out with a concussion now, and it was on a dirty hit. He was going into a slide, and the guy just wasted him. But it is what it is. All of these running QBs at one point or another have been hurt, including one Mr. J.J. McCarthy, who just came off of injury. And the reason why I thought we had a shot. But their whole entire O-line played for the first time together yesterday. They had ABG back in the lineup. They got 3 key guys back there. So say what you want. Jaden Daniels ultimately makes the decision to make that run. There was nobody open. Without Terry McLaurin out there, the guys aren't getting open. I think even Deebo Samuel didn't play. So I'm not going to blame the coach for that. I'm going to blame his decision making, Jaden Daniels, for running at the wrong time. Well, like 11 other teams in the league, they still got their shot coming out of the NFC. We're 5-3. People are acting like we're 1-7 right now, and act like the sky's falling. We're still a very good team. Oh, that's not good. Tucker Kraft out for the season. A torn ACL. Oh, I understand. I think if you slide at the last second, you get what you deserve. I think if you slide when you're supposed to, before you're in danger, and if somebody still hits you, like AKA last year with Trevor Lawrence. Oh, the O-line play was horrible all around. That I'm attributing our woes mostly to that. It's poor execution. I don't think the play calling was bad. I don't think the play calling was bad. We called plays that normally are our bread and butter, and we did not execute. So I'm not going to blame play calling. That same play calling put up 38 against the Ravens. Yeah, every phase of the game. The running game wasn't working. Christian Mahogany being out. We're trying to find somebody. I mean, we have Yodi, we have Yodi Awasika, we still have Nice, we have a couple other guys that can play guard too, but they're making calls, is what I heard already. So it is a bump in the road. Historically, the Lions have been bad after the bye week, but under Dan Campbell, we've been lucky. We were what, 3-0-1 or 3-1, 3-1 the last 4 seasons after the bye. So I'm not going to complain because everything's been better under Campbell. Breathe. It's a bump in the road. I'm trying to talk people down from the ledge because it's ridiculous. But Tucker Kraft being out, that's horrible. That means I got somebody to get rid of on my fantasy roster. Oh, I know. The blocking, we still have the same O-line coach, so I don't understand the blocking issues other than the fact the players didn't execute. Now, JJ didn't have that great of a game. Remember, he threw Terry on Arnold's first career interception. He threw the ball. Yes, it was a little off target, but it still hit the receiver in the hands, and he had the presence of mind to snatch it away. So, while it wasn't a perfect pass, it is on the receiver to make that play. And he made a play on the ball. I give credit where credit's due. Ratledge will be fine. He came back. Um, Mahogany, he's more than likely going to miss the rest of the season. It's going to be a long time before we see him. Yeah, we played flat after the bye week, even in the Berries years. He was out. Oh, Miles Frazier, he's due back around week 10 or 11 is when he'll be taken off of the IR. Yes, that pass to JMO, man, that was beautiful, wasn't it? He turned around, the ball's right there. He turned around, he dives into the end zone. They called him out at the 4, and the replay showed just what was that far away from the line. He had a mile before he was out of bounds, and he dove, got the ball across the line before anything hit before the goal line. It's more the O line than anything. We've given up sacks the last few weeks. Something we weren't doing in the middle part of that run where we were doing great. Hopefully, the rumor that I heard out of Lions camp is true last night that we called the Titans and we're trying to get Zietler from them because they're going nowhere. I think the Titans, the Saints, and the Jets are all fighting for last place in the league and the first pick overall. They should do a three-row. They should put up their 3 worst players and have a battle royal. But at the same time, he didn't get hurt. JJ got smashed 5 times too, and nobody's bitching about that on the Minnesota Vikings. Why? They won. We're bitching because we lost. They did the same thing we did. They blitzed a lot. It worked. Our blitzes worked. Both teams had 5 sacks, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I'm going to say this again, Gerdette. Jalen Phillips has not played a complete season his entire time in the NFL. We complain about Brad Holmes trading or signing injured players every year. He passes on one, and now he's the worst GM ever. I'm not hearing it. I'm not. I'm glad they got him. We didn't have a 3rd-round pick the next 2 years to trade for him, and we did call. We did call the Dolphins last week. We called the Saints last week. That's documented. And see, now I knew this was going to happen. A couple of those plays were unwarranted. Um, the Jack Campbell play where he hit McCarthy, that was not a late hit. Even Dean Blandino said so during the thing. But yes, there was a lot of ticky tack mental errors. They came out flat. What can I say? Rodrigo should be back within the next 2 weeks. Uh, yeah, what can I say? We had 5 sacks in the game. We had an interception. We had more total yards. Our rushing was awful. Oh yeah, I understand that, and I'm not sugarcoating the 3rd and long. We were 5 of 17 on 3rd down. Period. We had 10 penalties for 76 yards. But guess what? 3 of those didn't count. Remember, they were declined. There's still a penalty, but no yardage was in it. So 7 penalties for 76 yards. What 2 of them being PI, and guess who didn't get it? Carry on Arnold. Interceptions thrown. They threw one. We had a fumble loss on a play when Monty finally broke one. He fumbled, hit from behind, ball punched out. Great defensive play. Uncharacteristic. Monty doesn't fumble often. So it was a wash on that. We had more yards. We had more time of possession. They had more first downs. They were just as inefficient on third down as we were. We were 3 for 3 on our fourth down. So everybody bitches that we went for it, but guess what? It worked. I just, yes, absolutely. And at the same time, those plays worked before. I believe you're right because the Vikings are still last in the position in the division at 4-4. Overall record matters. Yeah, but it's not the end of the world. Quit screaming because I hear more same old Lions fans than I see same old Lions. And we average more yards per play. That should be concerning. They had 142 rushing yards. Aaron Jones getting hurt in that first half slowed their running game down because Jordan Mason is not Aaron Jones. He had 9 carries for 78 yards the first half, 8.7 yards. J.J. McCarthy scored their only rushing touchdown. I said the whole time I don't want him to have a bye going into the playoffs. I don't know where everybody thinks this, but I didn't expect them to get the number 1 seed overall. I said we'd probably be a 12 to 13 win team, and we're still trending towards that. I don't understand why everybody thinks the sky is falling. Always do. We always do. And we're going against Washington, who has Marcus Mariota. Tail of the tape. Let's go. Let's get into it. Team stats. They had 20 first downs. We had 15. They had 258 total yards. We had 305. They had 116 yards passing. We had 240. They had 142 rushing yards. We had 65. I blame it more on overall coaching. All 3 phases of the game failed. That falls on the head coach. Somehow they weren't prepared. Somehow we were not up for this game. They came out flat. And DC literally put the blame on his shoulders yesterday at the presser. And I'm going to stick with what he said. When all 3 phases of the game fails, it falls on the head coach. But I did not see good execution on the field, and that falls on the players. It is what it is. I'm not concerned. Overall, we played well all season. We have 5 wins. You guys act like we have 1. Oh, I know that 99-yard touchdown erase. That was a big thing. Now let me continue. They were 4 of 12. Uh, Campbell was great. I don't care what I saw Campbell do really well. He had a sack. He had 3 pressures. He was tackling well. Anzalone, on the other hand, missed a lot of tackles. He looked more like what I used to call him back in 2021. He looked like anal leaf. I think he's mentally checked out on the season. Anyways, let me finish. 4 of 12 on third down for the Vikings. 5 of 17 for the Lions. Fourth down efficiency, they punted. Fourth down efficiency, we were 3 for 3. They had 59 plays, we had 62. Both teams allowed 5 sacks. They punted 4 times, we punted 5. They had 7 penalties for 56 yards. We had 10 for 76, but 3 were declined because the result of the play worked to their favor. Thank you, Land of Ice and Snow, a voice of reason from Viking Land. We came out flat. We underperformed. Yeah, other than Jones, we were stopping them. Both teams had a turnover, so that's even up. But the time of possession leans towards the Lions. Why? We were trying to save time and milk it and get down there and score. Yes, Yoli. Good to see you. I don't have the music where I play it. But yes, it is a happy Monday despite losing. I'm just tired of the same old Lions fans. And I'm quite sure you're tired of everybody griping about the Packers loss to the Panthers. I mean, it happened at home for both teams, and that's what's the most discouraging thing. It's been a problem all season. I've been talking about it all season, Godet. Yes, my pecker. I love the typo. Yes, my Packers lost, but I'm that type of fan and knows we lost the game. We could have did better. Amen. That's where I am. We could have done better. I know, and you know, everybody complains about who you lose to, and I'm going to say this now: who you lose and who you win isn't decided by you. It's decided by the NFL and the schedule they give you. So you play who's on your schedule at the time. Hey, it is what it is. Um, let's go into some of the good things. Goff was 25 of 37. He had 12 incompletions, 5 of them were sacks, 0 picks, and 2 touchdowns. Monty had a touchdown, thank God. Decker, Sewell, and Ratledge all came back in the game. I wish people would pay attention to that. They all came back in the game. Sometimes we forget oldest rule in the NFL. Any team on any given Sunday. Yes. Amen. We had 20 rushes for 65 yards. That's abysmal. Amon Ra had 9 receptions for 97 yards. Guess what? No touchdown. Sam Laporta, 6 for 97 and a tutty. Jamison Williams, 4 for 66 and a tutty. Brian Wright had 1 for 11. That was the big first down on fourth down he got. David Montgomery had 2 for 10. Gibbs had 3 for 3. And if it wasn't for the one where he almost got a first down, guess what? He'd have been at negative from the reception. It was more from the interior side is what I saw. If he's wide open and making the catches, I don't care. That's the way it's designed to be. We saw them try to utilize JMO in different ways: a screen pass, a slant, a crossing route, and a fly. He caught the fly. Hallelujah. Or he'd had a shitty day. Our leading tackler that everybody's bitching about, Jack Campbell, had 6 tackles with 3 assisted for a total of 9 and a sack. Derek Barnes had 5 total tackles, four solo, 1 assisted, and a sack. Brian Branch had 6 tackles. Alex Anzalone still had 7 tackles. Aiden Hutchinson got in the sack party. Akeem Muhammad got in the sack party. Tyrone Lacey got in the sack party. Another version of the Legion of Whom. We have the same amount of wins as the Packers because they lost 2. The only problem was the Bengals couldn't stop. We let them go. We let them go. Remember? Everybody griped about it. We waived him in the offseason because we had to have room for Tesla on the roster. That was funny. The offensive PI, yeah. Tim Patrick is a Jaguar now or a Panther, one of the two. I can't remember which. I agree. They don't use them enough. Yeah, because the penalty was declined. If you remember right, it equaled a 4th down either way. If they'd have took the penalty, it would have been 3rd down, and we get to do the play over. So they left it there, and then they come back out and said, "Oh yeah," because they called it on 61, but 61 was a Viking. Hmm. Kelly Consuelos. Oh yeah. No, the Hutch roughing penalty was not bullshit. He leg whipped him. That is a penalty every time. And that's like the sack that he was accredited with on Baker. Should have been a penalty. The one on Jack Campbell was bullshit. I call it like I see it. Yeah, exactly. The holding penalty that wasn't a holding penalty because they declined the play because it was holding on 61. I'm not going to go that far. He had a good game, but he wasn't perfect either. He did throw Terry on Arnold his first career interception on a bad pass that was behind the receiver that couldn't catch it, that hit him in the hands, that Terry on Arnold got it. Confirmed by replay. I'm leaving it alone. Jack Fox averaged 47.6 yards per punt. If it wasn't for him flipping the field, we wouldn't have had as many defensive stops as we had. Let's face it, it says they didn't go for it on 4th down, but I could have swore they did. But at the same time, They were 4 for 12, which means we had 8 stops and they punted 4 times. I understand. I'm not complaining about refs. I'm not doing that. Yes, it's Tesla. I love Tesla. I do. Tesla. I say it right. I got his fucking jersey. We'll bounce back. We always do. After a loss, what do? We come back and go on a win streak. So let's do it again. On to the Commanders that are going to be without Jaden Daniels. We will see what they do. We have till tomorrow for the trade deadline to end. I just don't want the number 1 seed at all. I never did. Anybody who thinks I did is delusional. Russell Wilson to the Redskins. Did that just happen? Is that a confirmed trade? Because I haven't got a notification from the NFL Network, Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, or Jeremy Reisman yet. Is that a confirmed trade, Kelly, or is that what you're thinking? I think they're going to run with Marcus Mariota because their season's pretty much cooked already. Oh, it's a guess. Okay. Thank you for confirming it's just a guess. I think they'd be better off going for Jameis Winston and letting Russell Wilson rot on the bench in New York. He should just retire. He's washed. Oh, yeah, technically, I call them the foreskins because that's what they were before. It's the Redskins. And they've been leaving their wrappers all over the field lately. It looks like the Commanders quit on the season just like the government. What up, Broski Bear? Congratulations to your Bears. Good win. Yoli was in here. She checked in. She said a loss is a loss. She's not going to bitch about it. She's not going to be like the casual fans. Yeah. Goody bye. Hey, fine. Good. Congrats on the Bears winning on a close one on a last second touchdown. Great job. Colson Loveland finally got on the board. Congratulations. I'm not as concerned with the play calling as I am with the execution of the plays called. We called plays that were our bread and butter. The Panthers are better than people think. They play Loveland, huge play. Yes, that's how they won the game. 47-42. No, hey, I'm not. They shouldn't have gave up 42 points. You missed it, Kelly. You weren't here in the beginning. I said the Bears won despite giving up 42 points to a bad team with Joe Flacco. You know, the guy that lost the Young Bowl. Yeah, we did miss a ton of assignments. Their defense is really good. It's a top 5 defense right now. Unk Bowl, the Icy Hot Bowl, the Geritol Bowl, whatever you want to call it. That was a 40-year-old versus a 41-year-old in that game. And I think the 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers won. Oh, I hated the fact the Dodgers won. I'm sorry, I didn't want them to win. I wanted the Blue Jays to win once they got it to where they had the lead. But in American League fashion, just like the Yankees last year, they failed to get the job done. Sorry, I've been dealing with a elder abuse awareness bowl. There we go. Yes, it was a physical defense we played, and the Panthers were a physical defense. That's tough to decipher, especially for a young player. Yes, but Joe Flacco proved he can still do it. That's what I'm getting at. And is the Bears defense that good? Not really. They got enough done on offense to win. But I agree with what Ben Johnson told them because that's almost the same exact speech when we got our first win in 2021. Remember that Dan Campbell gave in front of him right after he made him offensive coordinator? I don't think they were brought back down to earth. I think it was a bad game for the Colts. They'll bounce back. They've only lost 2 games this season. They're still the best team overall. I think they're on the bye week this week. So kudos to them for being 7-2. I don't think so. They fell to third place. The Chargers and Broncos won. They're freaking out because they have to play them again, each of them. Exactly. I just didn't think it would be the Steelers because their defense have been playing like dog shit all season. Well, this has been another episode of Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. Tune in for PFF Tuesday, where I'll go over the top of my top players this week. Jared Goff, Amon Ra, Sam Laporta. I can't say David Montgomery because he played like dog shit. I can't say Jahmyr Gibbs. He played like dog shit. That's on the offensive side. On the defensive side, for me, Aiden Hutchinson, Jack Campbell, and Al-Qadim Muhammad, and an honorable mention to Terrion Arnold. So anybody that thinks any differently, I don't care. That's just me. I think he did a great job. And yes, in the first half, Justin Jefferson was abusing Amik Robertson. But after that, he came back down to earth. Amik started making some plays. It's because the Colts have a better O-line than what the New York Giants had. And I 100% think that the Colts have a better roster than that year they had with Saquon. That's just me. But try every day to be a better person than you were the day before, because that's the only way to make the world a better place. Despite a loss and a Bears win, the division standings don't change. Number 1, the Packers. Number 2, the Lions. Number 3, the Bears. Number 4, the Vikings. Right. It was a spread out thing. Naylor, I think, almost had more. So, despite everything, guess what? It wasn't a bad game. It was just bad execution. It came down to a field goal difference, and the difference was the blocked field goal because it equaled a field goal for them. That's a 6-point swing, boys. They're not three points for us and 3 points for them, and that's all they won by. But try every day to be a better person. You were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Kudos to the Vikings winning this war week. We're 1-2 in the division. They're 2-0. Guess who's 0-2? The Bears. Have a great day, everybody.